and of course, Dr. Lars, and special guest Christopher Mack for seance, aura reading, and more. Be sure to get your phones ready and call in. To you guys.
Thanks so much, Joe. Thanks for introing us. Yes, we have a really fantastic show for you. Once again, riding side saddle on my cosmic rocket is the psychic cowboy himself, Psychic Ray LA. Hello, Psychic Ray LA.
Yeah, I'm doing my little cowboy out there, I guess.
Yeah,
tonight.
make sure you rub your paw all over your microphone. That sounds great to the people at home. So,
what'd you call me last week from the? What was I?
You were the space cowboy.
Space cowboy.
Steve Miller.
Little cartoon. What was that cartoon?
Marvin the Martian.
Marvin the Martian.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, I like the whole cowboy motif. Is there a link to your psychic world, or are you just being sassy?
Sedona, Arizona.
Very psychic place.
Very.
For those
Vortex galore.
What's the strangest thing you've ever seen in Sedona? Because people report all kinds of strange things.
We were out one night looking up in the skies and just counting as many stars as we could, because the stars are so brilliant because there's no city lights. And all of a sudden, over the stars came this black blanket that covered the stars. And slowly we heard this hovering, and slowly after about 3 minutes or so, it disappeared and the sky came back. Because there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reports of UFOs there.
So the implication being some sort of big mothership passed between you and the stars.
Yeah, blocked us out, and that came back. And
did you have any loss of time? Did you pass out? Did you wake up? Were you pants off?
I wish. But what happened was I started having the hairs on my body just went straight up, and I was feeling just vibrations all the way through me from head to foot. It was amazing.
That's
we got to get you there.
I would love to go to Sedona.
Get your hair to go.
Love to go to Sedona. In addition to Ray and I, we have a very special guest with us this week. The phones are already ringing off the hook, Ray. This gentleman is a community, he does amazing work in the community with urban choirs. He is a speaker, he's an author, multi-hyphenate. You run out of punctuation when you're talking about our next guest. We're lucky to have him here. Welcome to the program, Christopher Mack. Hello, Christopher.
How you doing? I caught you on New Year's, and let me tell you something, I was delighted.
Oh, well, thanks for watching. We had a good New Year's.
It was a great pleasure and a joy to hear you. You know, very uplifting.
Well, thank you. That's what we try. We try and uplift both with psychic energy and good old-fashioned farce and laughs. Because so many psychics, Christopher, I don't take themselves so seriously, don't you think?
I think most of them, forget who they are and practice activities rather than just being.
Yeah,
I think it's a part of our nature, but it's been relegated to a practice of activity when it's just being who you are that you have the greatest magic occur.
Right. So, yeah, it's just tuning into that channel, but which doesn't preclude hilarity or goofing off. I mean, it's just I see it. If you think of a club sandwich, you like club sandwiches, Christopher?
No, I don't eat beef.
Okay. Well, you could have several layers of beef. Then there would be an island of bread. Then more layers of beef. Then it's 3 pieces of bread is what a club sandwich is. I like to think of the psychic energy as an extra piece of bread that you could layer more life into. It doesn't change the other 3 layers, but the psychic layer, it's like a condiment layer. It makes everything taste sweeter.
Yes, it does.
Very like Oreo, right?
Right. If you could put an Oreo in a sandwich, right? Exactly. Now, you know what? Explain to our audience all the different psychic gifts that you have. They're so disparate and many. I don't even want to tackle that. Explain it to us.
There's clairvoyance, clairaudient, all of the clairs. There's 5 clairs, but I think that the one that I use the most is claircognizant, where it's a knowing. It's like I don't see things, I don't hear voices. The ambulance is not coming to pick me up with a white jacket. It's just knowing. So if I know something and I say it, sometimes it's up to the person to figure that out because it's their life that I'm looking at. So I look at energy And so the energy begins to tell me what it is. So a lot of times people, they're not tuned into their gifts because of perception. How do I view the world? So when you start to understand who you are, then it's easier because you know what's not you. And so therefore, when I start looking into an energy field, I always know what's not me. And so I'm very comfortable at announcing what it is I see. Basically, where I start is tuning the chakras. First of all, a lot of people, they walk around and, with their head in the sky, but they're not grounded. So they're not taking advantage of, the whole experience of being around, of being on Earth.
Hold on. You're throwing around a lot of terms that some people might not be familiar with. When you say grounded, exactly what do you mean?
When I say grounded, I mean that you have a connection to Mother Earth.
A physical connection, a psychic connection. You're chained to a basement somewhere and being fed raw meat every 3 days.
With ball on the ground. Yeah, I'm talking about when I'm saying grounded. I'm saying that you're in touch and in tune with Earth in a physical, mental, emotional capacity. Therefore, you're a little bit more balanced. And when you're grounded and balanced, then you can go anywhere. When a person is not grounded, he's always looking over his shoulder. He's ready to run. He feels, paranoid. His anxieties is up, and all he needs to do is be grounded.
Well, isn't it funny? When you're a kid, that's the last thing you wanted is to be grounded, and now as an adult, you seek to be grounded. It's funny how life is, isn't it?
Yeah, even as a kid, you want to be grounded because you got to be able to run.
Exactly. All right. Well, now we're going to take some calls in a minute. People already been calling, but I'd like a demonstration of. You say you read, you look at people's energy fields or their auras. That means you physically look with your eyes, correct? Or is this a psychic viewing?
No, I'm using my gift, which is claircognizance, which is knowing. So it's like, are you sitting with your feet on the ground?
Yes.
Okay. Right here, I have a black tourmaline. Tourmaline is for protection and it's for grounding. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you personally to tune in. Let me know when you start to feel the tingles or the energy in your ankle. And when you feel that, that's when I know that you're grounded.
I feel a little swirling energy on my right ankle and top of my foot.
Oh, very good. Let me know when it goes up to your knees. There it is. At your knees, and it's in your thighs. Right now, I'm looking at your root chakra. Very interesting.
I have a very good root chakra, everybody says.
I was getting ready to say, not only are you grounded, but your root is shaped correctly and it's spinning, to maximum.
Yeah, I've never had any problems or complaints on the shape.
Well, let's not do that one because we'll have to talk about the sacral. The sacral is connected to the root. And the sacral is when your emotional body and your sexual body are together.
Okay. Yeah, I feel the swirling energy. Now, skeptics would say, "Oh, that's just the power of suggestion. You told me to feel it, and I felt it, or I'm just making it up." But I did feel a swirling, a clockwise swirling on my ankle and foot. Then it moved up to my knees, and then it was kind of by my thigh. It was the progression of a horny kid on prom night. Just kind of, just working its way up. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, it's listen. I ask the person if they're aware. If they're aware, then they start to be in tune with their own body. No suggestions here. Even if you didn't feel it, I know where the energy is, and then I can speak with confidence that the energy is at this place, at this place. A lot of times people are not aware of their own existence. Let's say existence, because we put too much emphasis on our physical body, we forget that there's another whole pack.
Right? Yeah. I mean, the part that endures. The body is like it's like an old battery. You use it for a while, and then when it's done, you throw it in the recycling bin, and you put a new battery in. It's not a perfect metaphor. I'm not going to say that it was brilliant, but you understand what I'm saying, that the soul, the person, whatever you want to call it, survives the death of these physical bodies and moves on to other addresses. Let's put it that way.
I think they say the consciousness is. And so when we understand the consciousness or the level of consciousness in which we actually engage in, the subconscious, where all of that stuff is, the waking conscious, which is what we do, and it's really connected to our sense conscious, and then the super conscious. That's where we go way out there. The other day, I was talking to Ray, and all of a sudden I tuned into his energy field, and I just felt intoxicated. I had to lay down.
Ray does that to a lot of people. You talk to Ray for 5 minutes and suddenly, oh, excuse me. Of course I kid. He's not as dull as he seems. Hey, you want to take some phone calls and do some readings for strangers?
Well, I can tell them what I see. It's up to them. It's up to them to put it to its proper context. If I look at somebody and I tell them, basically what I will be talking about is whether or not their chakras are aligned and whether or not they're grounded. Other than that, and then if I see something else, if I get something else, I'll tell them. If I don't, I won't tell them nothing.
All right, so that's a yes. Okay, good.
He's clear all.
All right. All right, so that's the number is on the screen, 833-DINGMAN. Come on, dingbats. I know you want to call. We've had a bunch of calls already. Let's light up the dingbat line. That's what I'm calling them now, our followers. Dingbats. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Bats are a very clever animal. There's our first dingbat.
Oh, my God. You got that one.
Hello, this is Lars, Ray, and Christopher. Who's this?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. You got to turn down your radio. It's 1965. It's the first time you've called into a talk radio station. You have to turn down your computer and just listen to us on the Skype there. You got me?
Yep.
Okay. What's your name?
Gary.
Gary. Gary, the way I work is different than the way Ray works and the way that Christopher will work. So we're all going to do a quick reading of you. The way I do it is I get the last 3 songs you randomly heard with your ears. What would they be?
Hail to the King. Stronger. And All Around Me.
Okay. And later on, Ray will ask you for your birthday. All right, so your 3 songs, and typically the way this works, Gary, is your first song is about your past, the second song is about your present, the third song is about your future. Hail to the King was your first song. Stronger is your second song. And what was the last one?
All Around Me.
All Around Me. Yeah, All Around Me. Have you recently lost someone very close to you?
No.
Okay. I'm seeing the first song, Hail to the King, that you're a father figure or someone you looked up to, perhaps in business or in life, very important to you, and like a mentor to you. Your second song, Stronger, I feel like in the last 6 months or so, you feel as if you've grown in your, I'm feeling this is a very business reading, a career. What career are you in?
Essentially, it's HVAC, heating and air conditioning,
Okay.
refrigeration.
Okay. Yeah, I see you. It's like you ever see The Lion King? Gary, the movie, Lion King movie?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, Simba starts out as a little baby, then he eventually takes over the role of the father amongst the pride. Now, as far as I know, those lions were not installing air conditioning systems or condensers or furnaces, but it's the same basic succession, right? I feel like you are coming into your own right now, where you're like the man now. Have you had any big change in your life like that?
I mean, not directly. I mean, you know, I guess I've been taking on more responsibility at work, but I mean, I wouldn't call it like a dramatic change, and it hasn't been super recent. It's been over the last, year or two.
Okay. So in general, are you getting weaker or are you getting stronger?
Yeah, I guess stronger.
Yeah, all right then. So that's your second song. The third song about your future, All Around Me. I feel that you've got a posse of friends around you that are like a balloon, like a bubble, and they're only allow you to go so far. The bubble is expanding. The bubble is getting stronger. But at some point, the bubble is either going to have to fly away or it's going to have to pop, and you're going to have to kind of go out on your own. And I think that's something you're going to have to deal with before September, I'm hearing. I really sense that there was a big curveball, a big change, big something in your life coming, and maybe it's in the future, and it's about maybe you're moving residences, you're moving from town to town, some sort of big transplantation, and you're going to have to decide if you want to bring your old gang with you or not. Does that make any sense to you?
I guess, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I don't know if there's anything like that I'm aware of at this point, but, you know, September's a long ways off.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's my take. Ray, go ahead.
Hey,
Gary.
Hey.
It's Ray here. Can I get your date of birth from you?
Sure, 6/12/80.
What was that? 88?
80.
80.
Okay. You know what? Let me pull some stuff up here and take a look at what's going on. Can you place a lady in your life that you're in love with?
My wife.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's
That is the correct answer, Gary.
that's a good one. Good. Because it shows a steadiness in this relationship. I picked a couple of cards here. You got the 9 of Hearts, which is like a sweetheart. She's your sweetheart. And that's everything good there that's going on with her. Has she had some problems in her work situation, though?
Well, she's not working now. She got laid off
That's a problem.
just before Christmas last year. So
Yeah,
she's been out of work for
the 10 of
14
clubs.
months.
The 10 of clubs comes up for her, which is difficulties in the work situation, like her roads are blocked right now for work. But the good news in the 7 of Hearts means that this coming couple of months, she's got work activity coming to her that's really good for herself.
Maybe
And
that's what I saw with the move. Maybe they're going to have to
That's-
move to go some
it's
sort
a
of restarting
possibility.
somewhere.
It's a
That would be good.
possibility. It's
Okay.
very much. And Lars was talking about a death in the family. I have to say, he might be picking up. Do you know someone whose name is Robert that passed over?
Not. I mean, there's my father-in-law is Robert, but he hasn't passed.
Okay, but is his health okay?
I mean, not. He's not currently battling anything. I mean, he may not be the healthiest person in the world, but he's not
Man, oh,
dealing with
man.
anything
What
currently.
I am so glad Gary is not my doctor. Can you imagine? How am I, doctor? I really enjoyed the noises that you make, Gary. You really most colorful caller in a long, long time with your vocalizations. I love them.
It was like a Star Wars bar.
Am I going to survive, doctor? Go ahead, Ray. I interrupted.
Okay, but in any case, he's having fun with you. So part of it is that your wife is going to get a phone call for work, and that's coming up ahead of her. But also want to go back to Robert. Robert, he has to be careful of his heart. He's got some kind of condition in his heart that's there that needs to be audited by a good cardiologist. That's important to do. And also, do you know who John is that passed away?
His father.
Okay, because John's standing over him and pointing directly right to his heart. So tell him,
Okay.
keep his heart. He's got a, he's a good guy. I don't know if he'll listen to kind of a psychic cowboy and Dr. Lars here, but
Yeah, don't show him pictures of who you're getting this information from. Just say you got it from a very reliable source, and then go,
yeah.
which space cowboy? He'll say.
Don't show him our photos. But that's what I get.
Ray rides a very pretty pony. He really does.
It's pink sometimes.
All right.
Okay.
That's a great reading. Now, very special guest psychic, Christopher Mack. What do you see for Gary?
Well, First of all, Gary, do you know what it means to be grounded?
You can barely hear him.
Okay, Gary, do you know what it means to be grounded?
Can you hear
What's
that,
he
Gary?
saying?
Do you know what it means to be
Slightly. I
grounded?
could hear him say my name, but I couldn't hear the question he asked.
Oh, I see.
Okay, hey, Dr. Lars, maybe you can ask him what is
Sure.
it like to be grounded?
He wants to know. He wants to know if you understand what it's like to be grounded. Grounded.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I see you moving a lot. You're always on the move.
He says you're moving a lot. You're always on the move.
Your third.
I'm always busy.
Yeah, your fifth chakra, your third eye, and your crown chakra have more activity. Your root chakra and your sacral, your root chakra is not shaped correctly, but it has to do with you being grounded. So when you're not grounded, a lot of times that has to do with why you always want to move. Does that make sense to you?
He's saying because you're not thoroughly grounded, that maybe is why you're always wanting to be moving.
Okay.
Because when you stand still, you have to reconcile all of the inconsistencies you feel in your life.
Make sense? So basically, ground yourself, and the inconsistencies in your life will resolve themselves. And I think
You said something about standing still with inconsistencies. Is that what he said?
Yeah, he's saying that because you're not grounded, your compunction is to constantly be moving and searching and feeling out new areas, and that sort of rings true with the other two readings that I heard. I kept seeing a big change, a big move, a big something, a big reimagination, becoming, the child becomes the man. A transformation is the word. Ray talked about it from a different perspective, but basically said the same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
And that's what Chris is saying. So maybe you're due for some big. What do you think, Ray?
Go ahead.
No, Christopher's right on, because I think he's saying that it's kind of like he's got this energy where he's fluttering around.
It's not focused.
Flying around. It's not focused. Yeah. And he needs to get grounded. The relationship, I think you have, grounds you to some degree. But, I know what Christopher is saying, that there needs to be more of a connection.
He took a big hit when his wife got laid. His wife, she had a very prominent role in his life.
He's saying your wife has a very prominent role in your life.
Yeah, that's true.
I know. Who would say no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Gary, you don't have to say. She understands that.
Right.
One of the things about her not working, she feels like she's not doing her part, and so you have to help to assure her that she is great.
I think I know what you're saying. And also, can you send Christopher? Can you send Gary, some grounding energy?
Okay, I can't hear. Say that again, Ray.
You're good at what you do. I know, man.
Say that again. Oh, okay. Gary?
Yes.
Are you still there?
Yep.
Okay. Wow. I see that when the shift comes, you will be able to let go and to be a little bit more joyful in your life. You know what it's like to be really happy and joyful, right?
I think he's saying yes.
I think he's nodding his head.
Yeah, I'm just trying to listen carefully because it's hard to hear him still.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Well, Dr. Lars, if you can repeat what I said in a sense, I wouldn't mind, but I see the same thing that you and Ray see. I see a big change coming in Gary's life, and it's going to be some of the things that he's been hoping for, wanting in his life to occur. And so it's going to cause him to have a lot more freedom. He's going to be a lot more happier and joyous.
He sees joyous, positive changes for you, Gary. Something that you've been wanting a long time is going to happen in the future. And I think that's the commonality between the three readings, is we all see a change for the better coming at you. You may not even realize it's coming, but it is coming, and it's going to be shape-shifting in one way or another. Things, I see it bright. I see it as a good thing. Yeah, we all see it as a good thing.
Definitely. And let your daddy know that his father's watching over him about the heart.
There you go. Thanks so much for calling in, Gary.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, while I still have you, you guys opened up with the UFO stuff. I had a little UFO thing if you wanted to hear it too.
I would never say no to that, Gary.
I mean, it's not the most extensive story in the world, but when I was younger, I was fishing with my parents on a lake not far from where I live, and we were there till, just past sundown, and over one of the mountains, a UFO, what I believe is a UFO, came over the mountain, hovered above the lake for several minutes. We saw it, and, we kind of stared at it, and it was covered with flashing lights and everything, and then it just took off out of nowhere and just disappeared.
And you were not alone? You were with your parents, both your parents?
Yep.
Did you make a report of any kind?
No. I mean, who the hell do you tell?
Right. See, that's a good point. And a lot of people that UFO debunkers now say, all of a sudden, everyone's saying, well, the UFOs are here, they just showed up. No, they've been a constant presence on the earth since at least the time of Christ. Before then, really. You really think human beings built the pyramids? Come on, please. So the difference is, in the Dark Ages, the Middle Ages, there's paintings of UFOs in classic paintings. Da Vinci did one. It was part of the background. It's in the Bible. The difference in the 1900 to 1960 is people were embarrassed to say anything because you had to go public. But now, a cell phone, you post it anonymously, and that's why there's a deluge of so many more sightings. I don't think the number of sightings has changed. It's the availability and the willingness of people to report it. Right, Ray?
Well, I think, did you get a chance? Did you ever copy a picture of it, or did you ever draw something down or anything?
I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I tried to draw something of it. So, I mean, it's a little foggy now. I mean, it was probably like over 30 years ago. But, I mean, I remember it had like a distinct shape. It wasn't just like one of these white balls of light that other people report acting erratically. It actually had, like a shape of like a ship to it. It had like kind of like a trapezoid type of bottom with a square top, and it had rows of different colored lights on it.
Wow.
And it like flew around like a ship. It wasn't just like a moving star or like a far off distant airplane or something like that. I mean, you could clearly see the shape, and it had patterns of lights on it. It wasn't just white or anything like that.
Were you afraid, or were you?
No, I thought it was actually pretty interesting at the time. I mean, when I was a kid, I was very big into like, the astronomy and the astronauts and NASA and all that other stuff. Wow. So, I mean, I found it very interesting.
There you go.
Yeah. You know what? Do me a favor, Gary. If you have time, sit down and draw out what you saw and email it to me at iTunesPsychic@gmail. I would love to see it. Include your contact information. I would like to see what you saw. I really think the anonymity and the ubiquitousness of the internet make these kind of people, obviously Gary was ashamed or afraid or too nervous to report it when he was a little kid. Yeah. Now he doesn't care. He's saying it. Doesn't matter. People are more open now, and I think that's why the perception of the doubting community is that it's all fabricated and it's coming out of nowhere, when in fact I don't think it is. That's a fascinating story, Gary. I'm glad you hung on and told us.
No problem.
All right, well, thanks so much. Check out the heart and get ready for the big change. Something's coming down the pike.
All right, sounds good.
I'm seeing, the last image I'm seeing is a big bowling ball rolling, and your face is on the one pin right in the front. But it's
sound good.
It's a good bowling pin. It's going to scatter things, and then, they scatter the pins, and then they set them all back in a different place.
Maybe
put them back
you'll
together.
own that. Maybe you'll own that company you work for.
I see that explosion. I see that, Lars. I see the explosion.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's a demolition. It's rearranging. So you have to, like, before you put a new building on the foundation, you have to blow up the old one.
Right. You can't be born again until you die. So there's a big change coming, and it's going to be a good one. So enjoy it, Gary, and give us a call, check in on the email, and let us know how things are going. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Gary.
Bye.
See, I love that, Christopher. It's all of us talking about the same thing that we're seeing, but we all have our own vocabularies
Perception,
to
right?
talk about it, right?
Yeah, we got a different viewpoint.
Yeah.
Because can I tell you where we are right now?
Yes.
Energetically, we're in a field of beautiful pool of blue, at a higher vibrational rate. And so we're boundless. It's in the part of the superconscious. We are connected to the Akashic record, and we are able to see what we see. And when I get up here, I know where I am.
I think Christopher's having a good time.
Yeah, as long as Christopher's feet are on the ground, he's having a good time. Hey, it's Lars and Psychic Ray LA and Christopher Mack. Who's this?
Hi, this is Teresa.
Teresa. Where are you calling from, Teresa?
Los Angeles.
Okay.
My kind of town.
Yes. What are the last 3 songs you randomly heard, Teresa?
Snickers.
Snickers?
And I'm just trying to look if it's on the iTunes thing.
There's a song called Snickers, like the candy bar, Snickers?
No, Slickers.
Slickers.
Flip your finger. Flicker with the F with the front.
Got it. Flickers. And the second song?
Oh my gosh, the list went away. If you wait.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one would be, let's see. So it's all in one playlist. If you wait, stay awake.
Stay awake?
Yeah, stay awake.
Okay. All right. So your 3 songs, Teresa, are Flickers, If You Wait, Stay Awake. I don't know about you, Ray, but I'm getting an overwhelming. The last reading was about kind of business and progression. This is like a romance, romantic relationship reading, is what I'm feeling. Are you precipice? Are you on the? Are you in a relationship that's shaky, on the precipice? Going to go one way or the other? Something weird about it?
It could be. I'm single right now, so there is a couple of precipices, of course. But yes, I'm single right now. Maybe you'll give me good news.
Yeah. Typically, the way this works is the first song is your past, the second song is your present, the third song is your future. So Flickers is your past. You've had flings. You've had some great flings. Let's be honest, Teresa. They're saying something about a European trip. I'm seeing St. Mark's. Have you ever been to St. Mark's Square in Venice?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Did you have a romantic fling on that particular trip? Was there a lot of
It was Italian, and I'm Italian, so of course there's a lot of flirtation, but anything more than that.
Okay. All right.
Doesn't mean she didn't want it.
In Italy, of course.
Of course, yeah. That's the flicker. A lot of little flickers. No big flames. Flicker, 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 flicker. That's your past. Your present, you're single. If you can wait. If you wait, you're still waiting. You're bored of waiting. All right already. You're ready to, suit up and play the game.
Yeah.
Third song, Stay Awake. Wait for it. So, the universe is playing a giant game of here it is. No. You're being tested, is what I'm seeing. You're being tested with your see if you'll persevere. A lot of people want to be with someone. They're single. They want to get together with someone, and they lower their bar. They lower their expectations. They'll accept something that they know is crap just to be with someone, and then they're miserable. And you don't do that. I see a very ramrod straight spine. I think you're a very independent, strong person. True or false?
Very, very true.
Yeah, I'm even my posture is changing now. Just thinking about you, feeling you. Yeah, so you know what you want, and screw the world. If the world hasn't thrown it your way yet, you're going to wait and see. And if you stay awake, you've had flickers. Universe is saying, if you wait, stay awake, because it's going to happen. Something is happening. I'm seeing 4th of July. I'm seeing red, white, and blue. I'm seeing 4th of July. I'm seeing water. So maybe you'll be at the beach or something, if that is possible again. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing there's a romance in your future. But believe me, you don't want a romance in your present. You don't want any strange now, do you?
No, but you're very true in that I am holding out for, as they say, the king. You know, my partner, my soulmate. So I'm not flickering anymore.
Because that was your past. See, the universe, a lot of times readings are the universe saying, hey, quit screwing around, straighten these things out. Other times there are readings where the universe is patting you on the back, and I feel like this is a keep up the good work, kid reading. You flickered around in the past.
Right.
It's if you wait, and stay awake, and it'll happen. So I'm seeing romance in the summer. Ray, what do you got?
You know what, Dr. Lars, as you were saying that, I pulled a card for her, and it's odd. The first thing that came up was the Ten of Hearts. That means there is the most, I think, perfect relationship. Perfect 10. Right? That's coming into your life. Lars hit it right on the head, and basically is saying that there's someone coming into your life that fulfills just about all the other cups in your life that weren't completely full. And I forgot to get your birth date, so I would like to get that real fast, Teresa.
7/15/1960.
1960?
Yes.
Okay. So, yes. I have to ask you who Tom was, or Thomas.
Oh, that was a past flicker.
Yeah.
Past flicker.
Because this came up, the Three of Spades came up, which means that somebody from the past, you were with someone whose name is Thomas, but then there's a third person that became involved. Does that make any sense?
That was about 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. That was a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this says that
somebody else that came around?
Well, it just says that somebody came and kind of like snatched him up. But it does, that the past is the past, as Lars would say, and the present.
Oh, someone snatched him up, or someone snatched me up?
What was that again?
Someone
Did
snatched
you say
him up or
that
her?
someone snatched him
Who
up?
got
or
snatched?
Someone
snatched
snatched
me
him
away?
up. He's been snatched up.
He was snatched, is what Ray is saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why it didn't last long, because he actually had somebody in his life who was living in Switzerland, and I didn't know about it.
Oh, stink him.
Switzerland. How do you balance a life in America and a life in Switzerland? How often would he go to Switzerland?
Oh, he wasn't in. Oh my God, we could turn this into a 3-hour show. He wasn't in Switzerland, and I met him in Africa, and
Of course.
she moved to Switzerland before I came there, but they were still together, and she and I ended up talking and comparing notes, and then we both exit stage left and right at the same time.
Well,
I would buy a ticket to that conversation with the woman. Was it cordial? Were you mad at each other, or you mad at him?
It was one of those messages that you have to say, you have to follow your gut instinct. It was a random but planned, deeply karmic relationship, and I I prayed to say, you know, somebody needs to choose me. I don't want to choose them. I want them to choose me. And that's exactly what he did. So I went with the universe of showing me that sign. So I went down that road, and then I had intuition about it, followed that intuition, and uncovered the mystery of it all. And that's when Rose and I would find each other and compare notes.
Ooh.
So it was only a very intense 6 months.
Ray
so
nailed that.
I haven't even really.
Sorry to hear
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, but you know what? I think you're right.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, the
it's all
universe.
good. It's true.
You know, Catholics believe that God can't make mistakes. I believe the universe doesn't make mistakes. You know, we're all here in these physical bodies. We're in school. So, you know, you need to get beat up on the playground a couple times, and you need to flunk a couple tests so that when you do succeed, you know the difference.
Right. The wrong ones need to disqualify
I've
themselves.
gone through all the tests in the playground. I'm sorry, what did you say, Ray?
I picked up another card for you. This is the beginning of a new love affair and relationship. That's a hot to trot one that's going to take you into a longevity, a long-term relationship. And I think that, you know, the wrong ones, it's best that they just disqualify themselves early on and get out of our lives and finish whatever the lesson is. In this particular relationship, you have to be very careful. Someone from your past who you dated in the last year is not the right person for you. But this is a brand new person. The name that I get on it is Michael.
That's his name, Michael?
Michael.
Michael or Mike or Michael?
Michael.
Not a guy named Michael. That would be ridiculous. If you meet a guy named Michael, I wouldn't even go out with him. That's too silly of a name, Teresa.
No, that's definitely a real estate person.
He's a real, I've seen him on bus benches all over the city. He's not for you.
No, yeah. But Michael's coming into your life, and it says that there's a very, very wonderful, heartfelt relationship. It can last. It can last. It's not one of these situations where they come in and, you know, do what they do and then leave. And
I believe he's referring to a wham bam thank you ma'am. That's Ray's long drawn out way of saying it.
Because you're
classier.
The nice thing about your numbers and your chart is that you're nobody's doormat. So
I believe you have a Hallmark card that says that, don't you, Teresa? Dear Teresa, you're nobody's doormat. Oh, thanks, Mom.
Oh, and the wonderful thing about it is that you will have this relationship that comes together for yourself. I was going to ask you, are you in the entertainment field at all?
Yes.
Okay, because the card 3 of Diamonds comes up, which is entertainment.
She's been entertaining on the phone call for sure.
And definitely.
So I wonder what her aura shows right now.
Well, I keep seeing actress and I keep seeing auditions. Is that what you do?
I was in the past, and I'm kind of dabbling in that now, but I'm working on a project with a producing partner where I'm actually getting to write and direct, which is a lovely dream.
Okay, great. Because I keep seeing auditions, I keep seeing people, I keep seeing something that you're involved with, a project that you're going to be involved in that's very successful for yourself. And it's just a matter of 3 months of time before that really launches forward, and there's more speed with it, more pickup with it as well too. Also, I got to ask, are you waiting for money to come in for this project or anything?
Yes.
Okay, because it's going to happen.
Candle boy.
I see money coming in, and this came up several times when I pulled. It was the 6 of Diamonds. That's money coming in, particularly for a project that you'll be involved with. And it also says clear sailing ahead of you. Also, what came up here too, I was going to say, is the 5 of Hearts. That's the writer. That's someone who writes. Do you write?
She just said she's writing and producing.
Oh, she's writing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is the same lady, Ray.
Yeah, the writing
I'm also
projects.
writing my second book too.
Okay, because I see 2 projects here that you're writing. And so keep going with it. I'm sure Christopher's got some wonderful things to say for you.
Yeah, I'd like to hear about your aura. Can you see her aura, Christopher?
But I do want to have one last question because I can't wait for Christopher. But Ray, do you see this guy coming from Europe or United States or where?
He's American.
Stay away from the Europeans, Teresa.
He's
Come on.
He's American. And he's in
Just
California.
curious because you mentioned Europe first, so I thought maybe, you know.
No, I saw St. Mark's Square very clearly.
This doesn't mean you won't be going there, but this is a guy that's involved. He's a producer, been involved in production and production work. Has directed quite a few things as well. And you're going to meet him, as Lars was saying, this coming summer, the summertime, towards the latter part of the summer. So things are going to be happy for yourself. You got to call us back and let us know how that works out for you.
We're still, Charles. Christopher's probably asleep.
Sure.
Christopher, are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry about
Ray is so long-winded.
Orange Peel has a lot of blue in it, and which means that she was coming a little bit from her higher self, although her chakras are not shaped or spinning correctly, and that could be because of disappointments. You know, she's been in relationships that have been disappointing. However, what I'm getting is her internal work that she's been doing on herself is going to line her up so that the person that she's looking for will make that connection. Does she hear that?
Yeah, can you hear that, Teresa?
It's going in and out, like it happened with your other guest. So
okay, tell her that.
I hear he's doing something.
Has she been working on herself internally?
You're working on yourself internally, and that's when you're done. It's like a piece of toast. When you pop out, the jam will be waiting for you.
Right, because what she's been presenting.
I'm looking forward to the jam.
Yeah, the jam is the best part.
What she's been look, the whole adage goes, "Know thyself, to thine own self be true." And so what's happening is she's evolving to the point of knowing herself. So, you know, we all have all of these images that we try to follow. Even in relationships, we try to follow images that have been projected to us. And so then when we start to know ourselves, our heart starts to blossom and draw to us that which is for us.
Yeah, it's all about knowing yourself. You drop your masks, and once you are your authentic self, and it sounds like you are, Teresa. You know, you listen to the universe, you're aware of your surroundings. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship, as they say in Casablanca.
I wonder, does
Dr. Lars, can you ask her, has she been doing meditation or deep work or walking on the earth? Because those are the things that's going to take her over the top.
He says what you should be doing is walking on the earth. I don't know what the alternative would be.
Barefooted.
Walking in the sky.
Barefooted, so that she is...
Barefooted. Okay, walking barefooted and doing meditation. Grounding yourself so that you can self-actualize, I guess. That makes sense. Does that make sense to you, Teresa?
Tell him thank you for the reminder because I know how important grounding is and walking barefoot. So I do walk every day, and I thank you for the reminder of walking barefoot in my yard and being grounded. And yes, I do meditate, but I will do more.
That's why we're here.
Can I ask a quick question here? Christopher, you are into gem therapy, and you're really good at it. Is there a particular stone that you think that she should have in her vibration?
Yeah, it came up. It came up. The one that she needs is a deep purple amethyst, because what that will do is it'll transform all of those missed opportunities, all of those, you know, crooked relationships, all of those things. It will take that energy, it will transform it, it'll make it useful so that she becomes the bright light that she needs to be.
A deep purple amethyst stone will help you as well.
Will you ask him, because I do have a quite large, beautiful purple amethyst that's in my office. Should I move it to another part of my house to bring in other things?
Sit with it sometimes.
Sit with it. Sit with it like you're cradling a child. Feel the vibration. The entire universe is built on vibration. Be close enough where you can hold it and touch it.
Part of what I do is I connect people to the energy from the stone. So what she can do, tell her, I want her to take three breaths with the amethyst stone, hold the third breath, then picture a white light going into the stone and then releasing it, then put it into the other hand, breathe 3 times, and then feel the stone through her heart. That stone will be connected to her, and it will be able to transform negative energies or energies that need to be transformed in her life for her to have optimal energy.
I'm supposed to repeat that? This is like a memory quiz.
Just tell her to
Did you hear any of that, Teresa?
No.
What I think you said something about holding it in the white light and bringing the white light in and
breathing 3 times, take 3 breaths, hold the third breath. Envision the white light coming in and then let it go.
Right.
Absolutely.
Then change hands.
No, Christopher, no.
And then change hands and do the same thing. And then that stone will be bound to you.
It will be related to her, so she'll have the energy from it. And like I said, with doing that, her life is going to take off exponentially, like you and Ray said. I can see it. She's like a comet.
Yeah, he's seeing good things in the future for you, Teresa. Yeah, we all see it. You're going to get Teresa's got her groove back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling, Teresa.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, Teresa.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. Teresa's got her groove back. Is what
She's
it
got her
sounds
groove
like.
back. All she's going to do is sit on a very large crystal, it looks like.
Yeah. You made me blow out a candle with my guffaw, Ray. Candle boy. Candle boy.
Ray, she looked like she took off, Ray. Look, Dr. Lars, I want to throw my
please light this.
journey within.
Yeah, this is Lars, Ray, and Christopher. Who's this?
This is Shannon.
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 Ooh, Shannon.
That's a good name.
Thank you.
Ah.
I like it.
What are the last 3 songs you randomly heard, Shannon?
I heard a Nirvana song. I can't think of the name of it. I heard a Goo Goo Dolls song, Iris.
Okay.
A Grateful Dead song, Bertha.
Bertha?
Bertha.
I need the song title of the first one as well.
It was probably Nirvana. Smells Like Teen Spirit, I think it's called.
Got it.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Okay, and where you calling from, Shannon?
From Bergenfield, New Jersey.
New Jersey. Okay. All right. So your 3 songs, Shannon, are "Smells Like Teen Spirit" by Nirvana, "Iris," and "Bertha."
Yeah.
"Smells Like Teen Spirit," "Iris," and "Bertha."
Random.
It's very random. What I'm seeing is big, like cartoonish, like it's 1980, and this is the East German women's weightlifting team. Those are the women that I'm seeing.
Interesting.
Big, strong, not in a bad way, but like you're not going to fight them. I don't care who you are, or you'll get your head smashed. And very dour, very serious. And I'm seeing 2 of them. Have these people passed? Have you? Are they these may be people that have passed over? 2 sisters, aunts, or grandmother and a sister that were close to you and very big and strong and serious?
Huh. Maybe. I don't know. I can't think of it. I can't think. I mean, I do have some serious people in my world, so.
Yeah, I'm seeing black and white. I'm seeing serious, big, strong, flat mouth, no smile. And they're like bouncers for your life. They're just standing there like this with their arms crossed, watching over you in a very serious way.
Spirit guides.
Spirit guides, yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm seeing.
Protecting her.
But I feel it's like it's women, her ancestors from her family. Put it this way. What happens with these song titles, Shannon, is you say the song titles, and then I get pictures or images or movies in my head, and then I try and describe them in a way that makes sense to you. And let me try and explain what I'm seeing. These two women, they look like their names are Iris and Bertha. You understand? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's who they are. But they're on your side. They're on your team. And
good.
I'm feeling that you feel that you've been getting pummeled and boxed and slapped around a lot lately, and you're really tired of it. Have you been having a rough time?
That is 100% true.
Yeah, literally, like back, like you're being picked on by an older sibling. That kind of incessant irritation.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Right? Punching, slapping, no rest. You're just being picked on all the time. And these women, they want it to stop. And what I'm hearing now is they want you to be stronger. Would you sound to me like a very strong, independent person, but has someone found a soft underbelly on you that they've been poking and you have not responded as you think you might have should have?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. We don't need to, we're on the air, so we don't need to go into more detail than that. But you feel like and it happens to everybody. Oh, Jesus, this happened, and I did this. I could have done so much better if I had thought of this before. Okay, you're right.
And this is what goes through my head every minute of my day lately.
Yeah. You didn't play it right, but the game is not over. And these two spirit guides are basically saying, suck it up. Go get what's yours. Go fix the problem. Stand up for yourself and be strong. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. I get it.
Okay, Ray.
That's amazing, Dr. Lars. I was picking cards for you, and I immediately went into the home, which is the 4 of clubs. And it says things are not right in your home. And there's problems. There's difficulties. You're not always heard. You're not always appreciated. And there's been some setbacks for yourself in the home personally, some emotional setbacks. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sure does.
And also, do you have a son?
No.
Because this comes up here. One that you're really concerned about, that you would love to be able to tell him exactly what to do, but he won't do it.
No.
How old is your son right now?
I don't have any kids.
Oh, you don't have a kid? Okay.
No.
Is there someone really close to you that is like a son?
Yeah, but he's little, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because is the child a little, like, you can't really tell him what to do, kind of stubborn a little bit?
Yeah, he's a little stubborn. Yeah.
Okay. It just says try to guide him without influence him, because for some reason he's in your life as a form of influence for you. And also, who's Jim? Do you know in your life, Jim?
I do have a Jim.
And
I do. Who is he to me?
Yeah.
He's my sister's boyfriend.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like you like him.
He's okay. He's all right. He's an older gentleman. Yes, he's okay.
He's okay. He's an older gentleman. I do not have a degree in passive aggressive sisterhood, but
Dr. Lars, can you ask her who is she giving her
there is
power
a Jim.
to?
Why? What's up with Jim? What's happening with him?
No, nothing. What did you say, Christopher?
Because she's giving her power away, and her voice is not being expressed, and so her solar plexus is where the power is. That's why those guys are telling her and trying to hold her up. She's not being able to speak forthright.
He's saying you're giving away your power. Your power is in your solar plexus, and you're giving it away. And I think that giving away of the power is what you and I were talking about, the hand of cards you misplayed earlier, that you're realizing you could have done better.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's saying you need to take back your power, Ray.
Power back. Take the
Why
power
is it
back.
that she's not? Why is it that she doesn't speak up, Dr. Lars? Ask her why is it that she doesn't speak up when she knows the truth, the difference between what somebody says, and she's always acquiescing.
He wants to know Why didn't you speak up when you had the opportunity?
Because I thought I would hurt. I thought too many people would get hurt, so I didn't speak up, and I should have.
And now who's
Tell
hurt?
her, the martyr.
Me.
The martyr.
Me.
Tell her the martyr keeps on pushing her into victimhood. She doesn't have to be the martyr. She's a lot brighter than the people that she acquiesced to.
Well, Teresa, there was a guy involved in this whole situation. Is that someone you wanted to tell off?
The guy?
Yeah.
No. There was really no one I wanted to tell off. It was more of a situation that happened around me that I probably should have handled better.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And the guy that's involved is my boyfriend is one of the guys involved.
Oh, okay.
And that's where the turmoil in the home is. So you're right on point there.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it talks about the home and voicing your opinion in the home. You know what? You're entitled to it. You can only get killed for it. But the idea is basically voice your opinion so that you don't internalize a lot, because you have a tendency to keep things in. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Perfect sense. Yep.
And also, do you know someone that passed away that was close to you whose name was Anne?
My mother.
Okay. She's sending you the most beautiful love from behind you. I want to cry. There's so much beauty, and she's supporting you, and she's saying, I love you. I've got your back. I've got your front. I've got your side. I've got your right side, and I'm standing above you and below you. Okay?
Okay.
She's with you all the time.
Good.
Yeah, I'm getting a little choked up here. So that's a good news. Maybe Christopher has some information that can help you also.
I think she has one of the biggest hearts I've seen tonight. It's a very beautiful heart. She's looking for the reciprocation of love. She's looking for that love to come back. So what it is she needs a small piece of rose quartz, put it in her pillow so that it can heal all of the frustrations that are in her heart. This relationship, has it been smooth? Because I'm not seeing smooth.
What did he say? I didn't hear.
Is the relationship smooth? He's not seeing a smooth relationship.
With who?
With your boyfriend, I believe he's asking.
You're in a relationship.
Your relationship.
No. Yeah, my current relationship, no, not smooth right now. I'm trying to smooth it, but it's got its issues. Yes.
Yeah, that's
because that's why you keep giving away. It's having an effect on your heart. When you close your heart, everybody's going to be in trouble. You sort of like you brace yourself, and when people come around you, do you feel yourself stiffening up?
So what did he say? Sorry.
You're bracing yourself against the world. You need to be strong. You know what you have to do. Yeah. You're wussed out. So just
I did.
Yeah, that's all. See, again, this is why the universe reached out to you and had you call in tonight. You know what you did wrong. Nothing's changed. It's like we're 6 years old. We know when we break a lamp playing baseball that we screwed up, right? We don't want to admit it, but we know. So you know what? You just needed this little extra push to right what you didn't do correctly the first time. So go do it, and it will be good.
Now look I pulled another card, 2 of clubs. Get along with this guy. This is a card of 2 people with clubs. Don't beat each other up. Respect each other's differences and stay with each other, because you have goodness. You have goodness in your heart for him, and you do love him. You know? You don't like things that are going on in his family.
Yeah, I just don't like things that are going on in both my family and his family. Yes.
And correct. You got to stay out of his family and pay attention to what's going on in your family. But even then, if you have an opinion about certain things and you're going to create World War III, just forget about it.
Yeah.
Just forget about it. Let it go.
Well,
And also, someone around you is going to be having a kid. There's pregnancy coming up here. So I don't know who that is on either his side or your side of the family, but it shows there's a little baby girl coming in.
Maybe, and the baby girl's name will be Bertha Iris.
Or Iris.
Thanks so much for calling, Shannon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Shannon.
Bye.
Bye. People, we get a lot of phone calls from New Jersey. People's lives in New Jersey are they're so dramatic.
Hello?
My life is boring. Yes, hello, you've got Lars, Ray, and the lovely and talented Christopher Mack. Who's this?
This is Deborah
Where are you calling from, Deborah?
from Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, okay. What were the last 3 songs that you randomly heard, Deborah?
I didn't have random. I chose the last 3 songs that I wanted to listen to. Do you want to know what those are?
Typically it's random because the universe is trying to talk to you, but if you don't recall them, I'll use them.
Yeah, because I didn't have a radio one. I actually put in CDs. So the last thing I remember are the things that I put in myself.
Okay, what were they?
So one was You Lose a Good Thing. One was It's You. And the other one was hold on. Was My Sherry Amor.
Little Stevie Wonder.
Love that song.
Is he sweet?
Mm-hmm.
The first one was what?
The first one was You Lose a Good Thing, but these songs popped into my head. It wasn't like I was looking through CDs. It was like, oh, play this one.
Oh, okay. All right, then it'll probably work. So You Lose a Good
That's
Thing.
random in a sense.
It is random.
You Lose a Good Thing, It's You, and My Cherry Amore.
Again, another romantic reading here. I'm seeing, Deborah, you are single?
Technically.
Technically single. Yeah. Too bad we don't have 6 hours to crack into that nut. Yeah, it's almost so literal. You lose this thing, right? You had something, and you didn't like it, and you engineered it to be lost. Is that a fair overall description of the arc of your doomed romance?
Yes.
So it's not like it fell apart on its own. You kind of wanted it to fall apart, and then it fell apart.
No, it was a kind of both. It started to crumble, and then I exited stage left.
Okay. So when the time to go came, what I'm saying, you were the driving force behind it. You were the instigator. You got out.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's your past. Your future, it's you. Yet another person who needs to turn inward. A lot of people, and then My Sherry Amor, your love is waiting, but the block between your present and your future is, it's you. The difference between your present and your future is literally the song It's You, and it's also you. You are your own worst enemy. You were strong. In this past relationship, I'm seeing that you should have left a little earlier, but you eventually got out. A lot of people don't, and they just waste their lives being miserable with a partner that they despise. That's a fate worse than death. And believe me, I've reincarnated 37 times. I know what I'm talking about. So this, you're going to wait. You're going to fix up yourself. I think what I'm hearing is you're waiting for a knight on a white horse to come and scoop you up and taking you away. And what the universe is saying is you're the horse.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to wait.
Okay.
You don't have to wait for some guy to come and save your ass. Save your own ass. You're strong enough. You can do it.
Absolutely.
It's you. Literally, the song title is It's You. You can do it. And all the bad things in your life, you did. All the good things in your life, You did. Everything you are, everything you're wearing, everything you do with your life starts as an idea in your head, correct?
Right, absolutely.
Okay. So the idea here that you should have in your head now, it's okay to be perfect. It's okay to be good. It's okay to be successful. It's okay to be great.
Yep.
You don't have to apologize for it. And when you realize that, when you realize what you're worth, you will find your Cherie Amour. Spring is a lovely day, my Cherie. That's a good tune. I tell you what, Stevie Wonder must get so much trim.
We gotta get you and Christopher to sing.
Right? Stevie Wonder is sexy.
Sexy.
Sexy
Yeah.
man. All right, so that's what I see. I see that you're the road barrier. It's you. Fix it, and love will come to you, and you won't be technically single anymore, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Dr.
Yeah. Go ahead, Christopher.
Hey, Ray, you know what I was getting as Dr. Lars was singing? I was getting the song for her is the sun is shining, there's plenty of light. A new day is dawning, sunny and bright. But after I've been crying all night. Hey, that's it.
That's it.
Nice.
That's beautiful,
I got that one.
Christopher. Man,
What
you
I
nailed
really
it.
see right
You nailed
before
it
you
with that
go,
song.
What I see is I see this beautiful golden light emanating from her heart center. So she's in a golden state of being in her life, which means that not only is she royal in it, but she's bright in it. Beautiful bright.
He's seeing you in a golden orb of light. Can you hear him, Deborah?
Yes, I can.
Oh, great. Okay, good. All right, Christopher and Ray, go ahead. Give your readings.
Sure. I'm going to go ahead with some cards I pulled. First, I pulled the King of Spades. This is the guy behind you. He didn't get you. He didn't get who you are. It's like trying to squeeze lemon juice out of a watermelon. It's just not going to work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you want this guy to come back in again? Because it shows that there can be, another round.
Close the door.
No.
Okay.
What do you think, Christopher? Close the door or open the door?
Close the door. Come here,
There you
baby.
go. There you go. Okay.
No, Ray, I don't.
Now
I'm
the
done.
reason
That chapter's closed.
that Christopher and everyone's here got a unanimous vote, keep that door shut, is because that's the guy behind you. Now this is the guy coming ahead of you. This is the guy you're going to be meeting this August, and comes in the 7th, 8th month, actually July, August, actually more August, I want to say. And this is a great relationship for you. Be strong, be yourself. Don't let anyone suppress you. And this individual, he was married and divorced, and it just didn't work out. There was a whole bunch of negative things that happened to him. But I see the light of God over the both of you, and the hand of God putting you two together to find happiness. Now, what's your birthday? Because I never did your birthday.
62958.
Okay. So this guy, there's a 2-year age difference between the two of you. He's romantic, he's funny, he will appreciate you, he'd be very loyal, and he doesn't come with complications like the last one, okay? The last one behind you, there was complications, things that weren't said. So if you contact me on my email, I'm going to tell you a meditation you can do to break all these energy cords off of you that are somehow not allowing this new person or wanting this new person.
It's like she's underneath a giant tuna net.
Right.
Holding her down.
That's true. You catch of the day. You have, this is a beginning also of a new work situation that you could be involved in very soon. Does that make some sense to you at all?
No.
Okay. Because something that you're doing, if you're working currently or presently, there's some new project or something that's being presented to you.
Yes, I do have. I have a new project. Yes.
I sorry. Sometimes I have to go into detail.
I thought you were saying with this person.
Yeah.
But you were just asking me if I had a new project.
Deborah's
yes,
focused.
New project.
Yeah, Deborah's focused on the loving.
On the lover.
No, I'm not. Actually, I'm not at all. My life is really cool.
No, your life will be improving. This guy will come into your life. It's interesting how you meet each other because you meet each other through mutual friends, and pay close attention to a birthday party, a celebration. Someone has some friends over. It's a gathering. I'm seeing streamers. I'm seeing cake. I'm seeing people actually without masks again. So there's free again. And so there's an opportunity coming up in which you can find this person. And this person, if you didn't go to that party, there's another experience because the hand of God is going to put the two of you together where you'll run into each other somehow, way, shape, or form. So my advice to you is I can get you a great meditation. All you have to do is meditate on it for about 15 minutes and it will pull this guy to you. But you have to break off the energy cords of the past relationships behind you. Also, I have to ask you who Edward was.
I don't know an Edward.
Don't.
I mean, I've known of Edwards, but they weren't really tight in my life in any way.
Okay. And Tony, do you know who Tony is, Anthony?
I know a few Tonys, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's a person that's a friend with you, though?
One I used to date is named Tony, and I got like several friends named Tony.
Okay.
So I don't know which one you're referring to.
Yeah, it just says that there's a friendship there between these two people. Not that these are the names of the people you're going to end up in a relationship with, but for some reason it talks about friendship.
Thank God.
That was definitely and also, who was Tom that passed away in your family? Can go back.
Tom?
Yeah, Thomas.
I don't think I know a Tom that passed away in my family.
Okay, could go back 2 generations.
Yeah, then I don't know who that is.
Okay. And also, do you know the name of a woman whose name is Mary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You do?
Yes, I do.
You surprised me.
I'm sorry. Yes, I do.
Okay. But that's passed away?
No, she's alive.
No, this is someone passed away.
When was the last time you talked to Mary?
The other day.
Okay, good. I'm glad she said.
Well, for the Mary that's not passed away, I guess I'm not hitting the deceased people, but for the Mary that you're talking to, was she in a rough relationship with somebody?
No, she's an older woman now. She's not really in a relationship with anyone.
Okay, but does she have a relationship that was a problem for her, do you know, where she was having disputes in the past?
Yeah, I would say sometimes with family members mostly.
Okay. Tell her not to personalize everything because it could affect their health. And just to keep
okay.
Yeah.
I will.
That's about it.
All right, Christopher, bring it home. What do you see?
I'm seeing citrine, a stone for abundance and, for prosperity. This is her time. She is connected to her higher self, which is the best relationship and the greatest love affair she can have, because she has fallen in love with herself, or understand that love with herself, and she is having a real good time in her life.
All right, that sounds great. It sounds like you're in the right place at the right time, Deborah.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thanks so much for calling.
Good night.
And thank you, everyone, for
bye-bye.
watching and listening. You know what, Christopher, we haven't had a chance to talk. I heard you singing just a minute ago. Tell us about the music you do here in Los Angeles. I think it's a fantastic project that you've been working on.
Well, the Urban Voices Project goes 5 years. We were birthed out of a healthcare system so that we could help people to connect to themselves and also to use it as a platform to engage in wellness. So for the clinic that I work for has several modalities. One is primary care, mental health, optometry, dental, and TB testing. So all of this is done in one building on 5th and San Pedro. And so we started a choir called the Urban Voices Project. And you could see we have a Facebook page and we have YouTube, some YouTubes are out. We did a Christmas song.
The Urban Voices Project, right?
What I would really like to talk about is this book that my great illustrious partner, she's a genius, Wanda Webster and Christopher Mack, called The Journey Within. Because a lot of times we don't take a look at the inside so that we can really have a positive assessment of ourselves going forward. So instead of just being external beings, we can go inside and find the real gem. You know, when you open up the shell of an oyster, there's delicious meat, right? So when you go inside of yourself, you can find out that there's this wonderful, beautiful being. And so most people can get in touch with us is the dynamicsofrecovery.com and look at some of the blogs. And if you feel inclined to want to discover some of the things about yourself, get the journey within.
And you make a really great point, Christopher. Oftentimes, we'll do readings for people, or you'll just meet people out in the real world, and it's always a sob story. Oh, this happened to me, and that happened to me. And as they're telling you these stories, it's obvious that they're the problem. Yet the person telling the story has no clue that the common denominator between every bad experience is themselves. People don't think to fix themselves first. Absolutely. Yet if you do that, if you're open and you're connected and you're grounded, it improves everything else. It's like cleaning a dirty windshield, right?
Or some dirty glasses, you know. Yeah. I wonder why do I always see things amiss?
Right.
Christopher, what's the name of the book again?
The name of the book is called The Journey Within.
The Journey Within.
Yeah.
I love that.
Wanda Webster. There it is. Let me see. Wanda Webster, where's she at? Let me see. There she is. Wanda Webster. Wanda Webster. Hey, Doc, let me tell you something about a relationship. Every relationship has 5 C's: commitment, communications, cooperation, consideration, and compromise. When you have those 5
you left
C's
one out.
That's 5. Commitment, communication, cooperation, consideration, and compromise.
There may be a 6th C. That's all I'm saying.
Well, there's 7 C's if you really want to know. So,
your book. Your book. I don't want to step on any toes.
No, it's not stepping on each other, but I'm always open for more themes. Hey, just as long as we don't get things sick.
That's true.
I love you, Ray. Dr. Lars, it's been my pleasure, to be here with you and Ray. Ray is kind of like he's one of my heroes. And
yeah.
He's the hippest space cowboy I know.
I'm doing my space cowboy routine tonight.
Thank you so much for calling in, Chris. That's Christopher Mack. Really great talking to you. We'll have you back in the future. This was a delight. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye. Oh, well, that's a good one, Ray. Put that show in the books. What a great guy, Christopher Mack.
Yeah.
So can you see auras like he can see auras, you personally?
Yeah, and when he was giving the reading, I was picking up on his aura, and he's got this huge ocean of colors and beautiful things. That guy has really worked on himself from front to back. And in that book, The Journey Within, I think it was called, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to get a copy of it. I don't know about the book. I don't remember much about the book. I remember the
Did you read the book?
I haven't read it, but I know who Wanda is, his gorgeous, beautiful...
Yes, beautiful what?
Significant other.
Okay, significant other.
But certainly not the C word.
All right, well, you can't get any better than that. Thanks for watching Psychic Circus. He's Psychic Ray LA at Yahoo. I'm iTunes Psychic at Gmail and iTuneSpsychic.com and everywhere else you care to look. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We're in your backyard.
Everywhere.
We'll be back again next Saturday. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at iTunes Psychic to find out the time and place. The place will be your screen, and the time will be timeless.
Are we doing Seance Saturday next?
Are we going to do a seance?
Yes,
Ray's
let's
been
do it.
teasing me off the air. I
Let's
keep
do
saying,
seance.
let's do a seance. And Ray
Seance
says, no,
next
it's
week.
too draining. We can't do a seance. And I say, Ray, can we do a seance now? No.
No, we're gonna
Next Saturday?
We're gonna be screaming, "Come on down!" Right?
Right. Yeah, we're going to have Bob Barker show up. So for this week, we are done. Next week, it is Seance Saturday. Until then, he's Psychic Ray LA. He was Christopher Mack, and I'm Dr. Lars Dingman, the iTunes Psychic. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.